we may be wondering, how did we even come up with globalization? Or how did we embrace and continue to embrace globalization? What could have pushed us or have driven us to adapt this kind of approaches? So we are going to discuss drivers of globalization. These are pressures and changes that have propelled both the businesses and the nations to adopt globalization. 5 drivers that we are going to talk about are technology, political or government, market, cost, and competition. Like any processes or set of ideologies, globalization has its phases, has gone through an evolution. It has developed from early modern or proto-globalization and modern globalization. So one of the drivers why globalization has been greatly developed is because of the technological drivers. So technology has shaped and set the foundation for modern globalization, and it continuously develops it. Innovations in transportation technology has revolutionized the industry. The most significant developments among these are the commercial jet aircraft and the concept of containerization, which means system of intermodal transportation. It means different modes of transportation using intermodal containers, or we call it shipping containers, during the late 1970s to 1980s. So imagine how long ago it started and where are we now. We can only imagine how much growth it would have in the future. Inventions in microprocessors and telecommunications enabled highly effective computing and communication at low cost level. Finally, the rapid growth of the internet is the latest technological driver that created global electronic business and e-commerce. Here are some examples where technology is reshaping trade flows in value chains in 3 different ways. 1, it reduces transaction costs. With the use, of course, of the internet, a lot of things lowered its transaction costs. E-commerce, blockchain, automated document processing. Before, we used to write letters, but now we already have emails, which apparently we can do for free as long as we have the internet. Change production processes using artificial intelligence, automations, 3D printing, and all other high technology inventions. That's second. And the third, we have new goods like the e-vehicles, digital goods and renewables, wearable gadgets, monitoring vital signs of a person, such as our blood pressure, heart rate, time, and temperature. In fact, from time to time, we get to meet new products, new goods, new technology.
Modern transportation is currently experiencing significant changes because of transformative transportation technologies. That's 6. Transportation technologies sure to impact the trucking and transportation industry. Number 1 is the self-driving automobiles. Self-driving automobiles are already here. The smart cars. Many consumers already own smart vehicles. It's generally described a compact, fuel efficiency vehicle that utilizes new and innovative technology to make life easier for passengers and drivers. Number 3 is next-gen GPS devices. GPS units are nothing new. They've been around for decades. The most significant difference when comparing modern GPS devices to earlier models is functionality seen in the more recent hardware.
We are going to discuss the future transportation technologies that will change transportation industries. Public transportation will impact public transportation for individuals, typically reserved for prominent cities and crowded areas. Public transportation often has negative connotation. Passenger overstop these vehicles. High-speed rail networks. High-speed rail networks are generating tremendous interest all around the world. The Shinkansen bullet train was officially unveiled in Japan in 1964. In the United States, they are currently considering no less than 10 high-speed rail networks in the country alone. The Hyperloop is Elon Musk's original concept. It's an underground train that has demonstrated speed of up to 240 mph in early tests. With final version, they want to achieve 3 times that speed. Gyroscopic vehicles. Although flying cars may be too complicated for widespread usage in the near future, hovering vehicles pushed by monorails and balanced by the novel use of next generation gyroscope could alleviate public transportation issues around the world.
Technology has changed. Farms have changed a lot in the last 50 years. Farms are bigger, livestock are usually raised inside, yields are higher, less manual labor is needed, and it's not common to see dairy cows with cattle, pigs, and poultry on the same farm. So why is this? So the answer is simple, because of technology. So think about how much technology has improved medicine and healthcare, and the communication and transportation in the last 50 years. And the field of agriculture has changed just as much. So we have five technologies change farming, and let's talk and let's take a look at the view of the ways technology has changed farming. So number one, livestock genetics and breeding. Improving livestock breeds is not a new practice. Humans began domesticating animals more than 10 years ago, and early farmers have selected livestock to their adaptation to specific climates and bred them to improve productivity, temperament, and meat, leather, and wool quality. So while the practice is not new, so the technology used to improve livestock genetics and breed animals has changed dramatically in recent years. So animal genetics were to identify elements within genes that can enhance animal growth, health, and ability to utilize nutrients. So these genetics advances can increase production while reducing environmental impacts. So it is common. It is common to beef cattle and pig farmers to purchase straws to semen from male and animals with superior genetics and use artificial insemination to breed females. So embryo transfer. So it's also gaining popularity in the dairy and beef cattle industries. So number two, crop genetics and pest management. So like livestock breeding, the idea of improving plant genetics is not new. So farmers and scientists have used plant selection and breeding technique to improve crop yield to improve crop yield for years. And plant breeders have worked to improve germplasm to develop seeds with the best mix of characteristics to deliver and best yield for the specific soil and weather conditions. So for today, plant breeders use a mix of both traditional and modern method to improve plants. And modern breeding methods includes marker-assisted breeding, which help speed up the time it takes to get the desired improvement. And genetic engineering or GE technology can improve a plant's insect resistance, so drought tolerance, herbicide tolerance, and disease resistance. This technology gives farmers an additional tool to help increase crop yields. So the next one is livestock facilities. Aside from cattle, livestock are usually raised inside climate-controlled barns. So farmers do this to protect them from predators and extreme weather conditions, and disease is spread by animals, and many livestock barns have Wi-Fi and automated feed and climate control system. So farmers can monitor a cow in labor or adjust the temperature in the barn. So from their smartphones, so if the power goes out, and backup generators start, and the farmer is alerted with a text. So the technology enabled farmers to be more efficient and better care for their animals. So the last one is specialization. Farms today are even more specialized. If farmers raise livestock, they usually raise one type and even focus on one growth stage. So over the years, their farms change as they invested in tractors and better livestock facilities, and they concentrated their efforts to make the most of those investments.
Political globalization refers to the organization of different countries into trade blocs. This organization spreads ideology like democracy, protect human rights, intervene to solve misunderstanding, and aid international agreements. The examples of trade blocs are European Union, the WTO, and G8. Political globalization refers to an increasing trend toward multiculturalism.